My goal was to keep him off the back of the couch. It's like the first thing he wanted to do when we brought these home. I'm not being very effective at keeping him off the back of the couch. She's good, but he just looks so cute and so cozy. Well, I guess I'm probably going to give in and just let him be there. He's so spoiled. Morning, chickies. Woo! You guys are crazy. It's cold this morning. Oh my. You guys are nuts. It's really chilly this morning. Brr. You guys are very nutty. Did you know that? Whoa! Whoa! Calm down. Let's see if I can get him to take some treats. Trying to train him to take treats. Come here. Chick, 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 chick. Come here. Come here. Almost. All right. It's all right. Almost got that one to take it out of my hand. I'm going to try to take it out of the bag. I'm going to try to take it out of the bag. It's okay. It's okay. Chick, chick, chick. You want it? You want it? Yeah. You can have it. No? All right. Well, it's a process. I'll get him to take it out of my hand eventually. Here you go, chickies. There's a little bit more for you. Need to fill their feeders. It's been a week and I have not yet put the flower pots back or the pumpkins back. So let me get that done real quick. Well, that's better. This definitely needs to be broomed off. I broomed it off before the delivery guys came and brought my furniture, but it needs it again, and the birds are making a mess. I think I'm going to fill the feeders again, and I'm going to put that feeder over there, take my hummingbird feeder in, and refill the squirrel feeder. Let's do that next. Well, getting closer to being ready for winter. Yuck. I love fall. Not looking forward to winter. Who's over there? Who's over there? Hi, Bo. What are you doing? Are you chilling out? Huh? He's a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. He's got the perfect dog life. He gets to run around and do whatever he wants. Doesn't have to get baths. Although I think Sally and Oliver think they have the best life ever. Good morning, friends. It is Thursday and I just got out of the shower. I am going to be taking Olivia over to her cleaning job here real soon, and I most of the time will stay and visit with the wife while Olivia is cleaning. She is a really sweet friend of mine, and she has MS and she's in a wheelchair, and that's why they need her to help clean their house, because the husband does a good job, but you know, doesn't do all the deep cleaning. So Olivia goes over once in a while and deep cleans for them. But anyway, when we get done there, I'm going to stop over at Dollar General and pick up a few things. And a couple of things I'm going to pick up are some diapers and some wipes. And the reason is, I'm sure all of you have seen the devastation in Florida from Hurricane Ian. And I know by the time you see this video, it will have been a couple of weeks out. And I know that people, for the most part, have short-term memory loss. I mean, their attention span is not great. And it won't be much in the news anymore, probably. But my beautician, her daughter lives and has a husband, 4 children. They live on a small homestead right where the eye of that storm hit in Arcadia. You may have seen Arcadia on the news. Thankfully, their house was not damaged, at least not extensively damaged. But like I said, they live on a homestead, and their property,
They shared pictures. Their property is a mess. She lost her whole garden. She lost her chicken coops. Now, I did see some chickens walking around, so at least some of the chickens survived. Many, many, many trees down, fences down. They have some cows, and the cow was up on the garage door, the slab in front of the garage, because it lost its home, I guess. It's wandering around their property. But the town of Arcadia, where they shop and go to church and take their kids to taekwondo, was decimated. Decimated. They showed some pictures of that too. It's an absolute disaster zone. It's like a bomb went off. And of course, they're without power. And anyway, my beautician's husband, 2 days after the storm, or the day after, I think it was 2 days after, because it took him a little bit of time to gather stuff up, headed down there with a generator and some gas and some other things that the community, water and non-perishable foods and disinfecting wipes and those kinds of things. He took a big truckload of that stuff down, and everybody, not just for my beautician's daughter, but for the town, anybody who needed anything. So apparently the cry now is for diapers, wipes, and baby formula. And my beautician's husband, as far as I know, he's still there in Florida, but he's going to be coming back to get his wife, to get my beautician, and another truckload of stuff to take back down. And so when we're at Dollar General today, I'm going to pick up some diapers and some wipes, and I don't know if I can do formula. I don't know. Formula is kind of a personalized thing, and I don't know if I would buy the right stuff. I haven't bought baby formula in 25 years, so I don't know. But I will get some diapers and some wipes, and I'm going to drop those off to my beautician's house before I come home, so you won't see those in the haul. But I will share with you what else I pick up. It's just going to be just a few little odds and ends things. But just continue to keep the people in Florida in your thoughts and your prayers. Just uplift them in prayer, because I can't imagine what they're going through, to lose everything. I just can't imagine. I have family in Florida, and they're in Central Florida, not too far from Orlando. They did get hit by the hurricane. By the time I got to them, I believe it had been downgraded to a Category 2. They did not sustain damage to their house, but again, they did sustain damage to their property. They were without power. They already had a generator, and I'm not sure if their power's back on yet or not. I haven't spoken to my cousin in a few days, but they didn't get hit nearly like the coast did. People in Arcadia and Fort Myer and Sanibel Island, just absolute, total destruction there, and they need prayer, a lot of prayer. It's going to take months and months and months, probably years, for some of those areas to get back to the way they were before the hurricane. So, sorry, morning phlegm. Anyway, that's what we got planned for this morning. And so when we get back, I will show you what I picked up from Dollar General, not Dollar Tree.
All right, we are back, and this is just my tiny little Dollar General haul. Olivia needed some more makeup removing wipes. We were completely out of toilet bowl cleaner. I couldn't even believe it. So I got these value packs. We'll put 2 of them in each bathroom. And then Olivia needed some more cleaning supplies for her cleaning job. So I got her some toilet bowl cleaner and some disinfecting wipes. Then I picked up just a few. They're starting to get their Christmas ornaments out. So cute. And I just picked up a few to give away as gifts for people. They make a really cute, like, box topper, gift topper thingamajigger. And then I picked up this rug, and I will show you in a minute what I'm going to do with this rug. But that's it. Besides the diapers and wipes for the Florida people, that's all we got from Dollar General today. this is where that red rug is going to go. We've got this laminate floor. I think we've had it, I don't know, 12 years probably. I'm trying to remember how old the kids were when we put this flooring in. And Scott like sealed this because it's in the kitchen, but this section right here by the dishwasher starting to get too much moisture on it, and it was starting to buckle and look really bad. So I bought this rubber rug to cover not only cover the spot, but to protect the floor. I ordered it off of Amazon, and I didn't realize, I didn't really want black anyway, but it was the only color they had. And then it's got these little grooves in it, and as you can see, I don't know if it's picking up well on the camera, but it is just filthy. And those little grooves that's in it collect every little speck, dog hair, sand, you name it, it's caught in there. I sweep this rug off. I try to sweep it off every day, not every day, every other day, and then it just looks like this. So I had this rug, and it's obviously not big enough to cover the whole section. I don't know if that red rug I bought is big enough to cover this whole. I want to leave the black down because it's rubber and it's protecting the floor, but I want to cover it because it's ugly and dirty and it collects dirt like crazy. So I don't know if the red rug that I got will cover this completely, but I'm hoping it will cover a big portion of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up all these rugs. I'm not going to pick up the black rug, but I'm going to sweep it off, mop really good, and then put the red rug down on top of this black rubber mat and see how it looks. So that's what I'm going to do now. That pile of dirt is what was trapped in that rug, in that mat, that rubber mat. See why I need to get something to cover it? Well, it doesn't fit it perfectly, but I was pretty sure it wouldn't. I knew it was wide enough, but I didn't think it was quite long enough. But that's okay. At least it covers up the majority of it. If I only ever have to sweep this small section every single day, it'll be better. Now, I'm not saying I won't sweep the rest of it frequently, but you know, it's kind of a pain when you have to vacuum or sweep every single day. And here comes Sally to check it out. So we'll see. And hopefully the red wasn't a bad decision. They didn't have very many colors to choose from. And I do have a lot of red accents in my kitchen, so I wanted to go with something bright and cheerful, but I'm just hoping it doesn't show Oliver's fur super easily. It might, but we'll just see. We'll just see how it goes. But anyway, that's a little update on my kitchen floor. And the rug was only $12, so you can't beat that. Another thing I want to get done today is take care of the arm of this chair. This is the chair that's been down here and the dogs have not been on it. This is the chair that was upstairs and the dogs were on it. And like I said in my other video, I covered the cushion, but we couldn't cover the arms. And so you can see there's a big difference. And I wasn't sure how I was going to clean it. And one of you suggested that I use a mixture of Dawn and hydrogen peroxide. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a go. And I'm not sure if this is the best way to do it or not, but I've got this Dawn Power Wash. I'm just going to spray it on there and kind of rub it in, and then take some peroxide, squirt it on there, rub that in, and then let it set for a bit and then rinse it out. But I'm gonna go easy because this stuff really makes a lot of suds and I don't want to have soap stuck in there forever. It'd probably be better if I would like mix the Dawn and the peroxide in a bucket of water. I'm not really sure, but this is just the way I'm going to do it because all I really want to do is just the two arms. I don't have to do the entire chair, so I didn't want to mix up a big batch of cleaner for just a little area. So let's see if I can get this cleaned up. Alright, well, we'll let those dry and we'll see what it looks like when it's dry. I think it did take a lot of the dirt out. I could tell on the rag that it was getting a lot of the dirt out. So we'll just see. We'll see what it looks like when it's all dry. The other chair I want to work on is this little green chair. It too got a lot of dirt from the dogs. It was right in front of the window, and so the dogs would jump in it. Well, not Sally, but Oliver would jump in it to look out the window. So you can see it's dirty, and I mean, you probably can't tell, but I can, that the seat is dirty. Now, because this is a green chair, I don't want to use that hydrogen peroxide on it because it has bleaching qualities to it. So I'm going to go ahead and just use this Woolite, specifically meant for pet stains. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get this. The back of the chair is fine. It's just the arms and the seat. I want to get those cleaned up. Well, it's the next day and it's completely dry, and I think it really did do a very good job. It's almost the same color as this. I mean, maybe just slightly darker still, but not really enough to notice that much. Now, this arm, I didn't scrub it as much, and you can see right here we still have a problem. So I'm going to redo this arm, just like right in this section, and I think they will be not good as new, but good enough. And the green chair looks very good. The only thing that didn't come out is this little spot here, and it feels almost like glue or something. Maybe that was there when we bought the chair and I just don't even remember. But it just it's kind of feels like glue. Something got on there. But the dirt looks like it's gone. And these chairs should stay clean now because the dogs are hardly ever down here. So that's a good thing. I just wiped off my prisms because they were dusty. And so they're spinning a little bit. And look what it's doing in my kitchen. So fun. I suppose if you stood here and looked at it long enough, you'd get kind of dizzy. But I just think that's so cool. I love prisms. I know it's not Thanksgiving yet, but my family has kind of been clamoring for pumpkin pie, especially Olivia. Olivia and I love pumpkin pie. Travis likes it too. Scott's the only one in the family who really does not like pumpkin pie. But I wanted to make this just a little bit different than what I traditionally make for Thanksgiving. I'm going to make this a crustless pumpkin pie because pumpkin pie in and of itself is actually very good for you.
it's the crust that's bad for you and what adds a lot of calories. And I am still trying to watch calories. I do think I've lost some weight. I don't get on the scale because it's too depressing and I start to obsess about it, but I'm just going by the way my clothes fit, and I do think I am losing weight by counting calories. I wish I could exercise, but my legs are still not really strong enough for that. I am going to start taking some walks here soon now that the weather's cooled off. But anyway, I digress. I'm going to just start off with a can of pumpkin, and this is just the pumpkin I got from Aldi. The only reason I took the label off of it is because I am using the recipe that's on the back of the label. You can use whatever pumpkin pie recipe you want. Sometimes I use my mom's pumpkin pie recipe, but I didn't feel like searching for it and pulling it out. And this recipe on the back of the can of pumpkin is very good, and it's very convenient because it's right on the label. So I'm going to make this dairy free, of course, and I'm just going to whisk it by hand. I'm not going to get out my electric mixer or anything like that. So instead of sugar, I'm going to use my stevia blend, and the recipe calls for 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and so for the stevia blend it's half the amount. So I'm just doing a little bit shy of half a cup, calling that close enough. And then you're going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of ginger, and then I'm putting in half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice because I had it, and I'm not sure if it has other spices in there that isn't called for on the recipe. And then the last spice is half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and I am going to grate some fresh nutmeg in there. I love the way fresh nutmeg tastes. I'm not really going to measure it per se. I'm just going to grate it right into the bowl. Dropped my nutmeg in the bowl. I suppose I better grate off the part that got a little bit wet. Okay, I'm sure that is plenty of nutmeg. So we're just going to give this a whisk before we add the wet ingredients, the other wet ingredients. Incorporate this all really, really, really well. Smells so good. Kind of dark just because all those spices. I like my stuff spicy. You know me, I like my stuff spicy. Then you add 2 eggs, and I'm going to just add them one at a time and whisk them in. So what fall recipes are you guys craving right now? I know it's just October, beginning of October, but I can't help it. The leaves are changing, the weather's cooler, and I just am in the mood for pumpkin. I just am. I've always been a pumpkin spice lover. If you hear the dog barking, that's Oliver. He's outside. Olivia's doing chores, and he wants out with her. Anytime he loses sight of her, he starts up with the barking. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera or not. Alright, now, at this point it calls for a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. Well, I can't do dairy, as you know, so I am using 1.5 cups of unsweetened original almond milk. You could use vanilla flavored in this because it is a dessert. I don't tend to buy vanilla flavored stuff because it really tastes horrible in mashed potatoes. I found that out the hard way. Accidentally used vanilla almond milk in mashed potatoes one time, and it was not pleasant. But since I'm not using the evaporated milk, you need to add a little bit of flour so that the pie's not runny. So I have 2 tablespoons of flour here. My sister her grandson is even more, he's actually severely allergic to milk. He gets, anaphylactic type reaction. So they have to be super careful with him. So, and he loves pumpkin pie. And so that was, adding the flour was a trick that my sister told me about. All right, that looks very well blended. So I have my pie pan here, and it's on a cookie sheet just in case it bubbles over. And because it doesn't have a crust, I am going to spray it with some cooking spray. I've never done a crustless pie before, and I don't think this would actually like stick because it's kind of like a custard, but that's just a little bit of extra insurance that it doesn't stick. I mean, I'm not expecting to be able to cut this and pull it out as in pieces of pie. I'm thinking we're probably just going to scoop it out. But anyway, I just thought, that's not going to hurt anything. So now it goes into a preheated oven, 425 degrees for 15 minutes, and then you reduce the temperature to 350, and you bake it for an additional 40 to 50 minutes, or until a knife inserted near the center comes out clean. When this is hot out of the oven, I'll bring you back because I have an idea in mind how to gild the lily, so to speak. So what I'm going to do to kind of gild the lily on this pie and to give it a little bit of crunch is I crunched up some ginger snaps. I crunched up enough. If this was an 8, if you cut this pie into 8 pieces, there'd be like 2 ginger snaps per piece. That's just so I can figure out how many calories is in this. But I don't know, I may not even need that many. I didn't want to put the ginger snaps on before I baked it because I was afraid they would just sink or get super soggy, or because pumpkin pie has to cook for such a long time, they would get burned. So this is kind of like pumpkin pie with a crumb topping. I think I'm going to go ahead and just use all of these. That'll be good. Some of the crumbs are a lot smaller than others. Alright, I'm going to let this cool down, and I will let you know what the family thinks of this pie. We won't have it until after supper tonight. And here it is. Oh my goodness, it was so yummy. Oh, with those ginger snaps on top, you didn't even miss the crust at all. If I were to do this again, which I'm sure I probably will, I would have put about half as many ginger snaps as I did, just because if you don't like ginger snaps, it can be a bit overpowering. I love them, but it was kind of overpowering. I didn't taste the pumpkin as much as I otherwise would have, but the ginger snaps were definitely a good addition. I just went a little overboard. They added a nice crunch and a nice gingery flavor, and it was absolutely delicious, and my kids gobbled it up. Alright friends, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you've enjoyed spending the last couple of days with me during this Vlogtober month. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will talk to you all later. Bye bye friends.